There are hundreds, maybe even thousands of places around the world that are rumored to be haunted. A lot of them have the same characteristics: flickering lights, strange disembodied noises, or even apparitions. But some supposedly haunted hotspots have dubious claims behind them. Let's talk about Mount Pleasant, a cemetery that may or may not actually have ghosts living there. Located at 375 Mount Pleasant Road in Toronto, this cemetery was established in 1876. It's part of the Mount Pleasant Group, an organization whose first cemetery, Potter's Field, was established in the early 1820s to provide Toronto's first burial ground for non-Catholics. Before this, only Catholics and Anglicans could officially be buried inside the city limits. Once called the Central Park for Midtown Toronto, Mount Pleasant is also known for its arboretum, with hundreds of trees and one of the most impressive collections in North America. The earliest writing I could find online about Mount Pleasant's hauntings was from 2009. A group called Ghost Club, which I assume is a paranormal group, went there to do an investigation, having already heard a few unspecified stories. According to their blog, the land Mount Pleasant now sits on was once inhabited by superstitious people who used it to practice black magic, which could account for some paranormal activity. But after a thorough investigation that produced no evidence of ghosts other than a few potential orb photos, they concluded it probably wasn't haunted. Then in August 2010, a photo was taken at the cemetery that appeared to show a phantom face over a grave. The cemetery and the area around the grave were subsequently investigated by the Ontario Catholic Paranormal Research Society. At first, OCPRS members thought the figure could actually be a demon. They did EVP recordings around the grave but found very little. One strange sound was picked up with a line they believed might have been, "I'll be watching you." They knew the sound wasn't natural but weren't sure just what it was or where it came from. They also investigated the Massey tomb, which was across from the Pollock's tomb where the original photo had been taken. The Massey family used to live at Keg Mansion, another famous haunted place in Toronto, so maybe they thought this grave could have something to do with the paranormal activity. But just like ghost clubs, this particular investigation found very little out of the ordinary. I will leave a link below to a video they posted about their investigation if you want to know more. Other reported paranormal activity at Mount Pleasant includes strange noises, electrical problems, weird lights, and disembodied voices. One employee claimed to be pushed off a tractor by an unknown invisible force. Mount Pleasant is also the final resting place of Mackenzie King, a former Prime Minister of Canada. According to the website Streeter, King was secretly a spiritualist who is said to regularly talk to his dead mother during his time in office. I couldn't find any Mount Pleasant hauntings attributed to him, but he is said to haunt his old home, the Mackenzie King Estate in Ottawa's Gatineau Park. So maybe he pulls double duty sometimes and also causes mischief around his final resting place. So those are all the paranormal stories of Mount Pleasant Cemetery that I could find. There's not too much information online on this one, but I'm always interested in stories of haunted places that don't have much evidence behind them or where a lot of the hauntings have seemingly been debunked. Is all this paranormal evidence really just people's mind playing tricks on them? Did someone make all of this up entirely and it's just one big hoax? Or is Mount Pleasant really haunted and for whatever reason, the stories and details just aren't talked about much, at least not online? As always, I will let you decide for yourself what you believe. If you enjoy this video, be sure to like and share it. And for more paranormal videos, true crime, and other general dark content, I hope you'll consider subscribing and hitting that bell. Thanks for watching and have a creepy day. Bye guys.